Alright guys, this is if your sun, moon or rising is in Libra. Love and relationships for the 4th to the 10th of May. What do we need to know, Libra? Let's have a little look at the week ahead. What's coming in for Libra? Love and relationships. Somebody who's clear and rational and logical here. Likes their space but wants to communicate. A surprise, a shock, maybe a reconfiguration. The expression of something that was repressed could be coming forward this week. A non-movement though to a calmer situation, troubled waters, emotions, immaturity, messages not really wanted or received. But slowly, self-limiting mindsets being eased somewhat here. Feeling like the timing is off, negative attention, and someone who's cool, calm and collected, maybe a little bit aloof and pulling back their power. Also, there could be a connection related to work. Maybe some of you have made a pass or have had a pass from your boss. That's quite a select message there. Let's have a look at your feelings, Libra, to whoever it is you're dealing with. What's Libra's feelings here? Love and relationships. You haven't moved on. Or maybe you just don't feel safe and secure with a connection. It doesn't feel comfortable. This situation doesn't feel comfortable, safe. You could be even questioning whether this is soulmate material. Also, have you been very, very giving to a situation, Libra? There's something about the generosity here. Do you feel that you've been really, really giving, but you don't feel safe with this situation anymore? Yeah, there's strife coming out here for you, Libra. A bit of strife, a bit of passivity, frustration, or downright anger coming out. And focusing on what hasn't got, the grass is greener, or just not sitting in gratitude here, or feeling that you're being treated that way. There's a real breakdown in communication and clarity of thought here, and there could have been some negative messages coming in towards you, or you've delivered them. And maybe you've had to, Libra. I think you feel like acknowledgement and the attention that you've been getting from this situation is not the kind of attention that you wanted. And maybe now you're giving somewhat negative attention here because you're coming out of a period of stillness, it's saying here. It's time to get busy, you're thinking. I think, Libra, you're reaching a point where you could have had enough. You could be coming to a point where there's a realisation that you may have had enough with the situation here a bit, Libra. Let's have a look at this person towards you, Libra. Let's get to it. What is this person feeling towards Libra? Love and relationships, specifically between the 27th and the 3rd of May. What is this person's feelings towards Libra? Oh, harsh judgment. They can't see the bigger picture. They've judged something really harshly or made a knee-jerk reaction here, and bad decision. This person doesn't feel like this situation is over with you, or it's blocked through stubbornness and a lack of clarity. And you both got Emperor energy, which is really interesting. So there's this very strong attraction and feelings of wanting to look after and take care. But it's also very cold and aloof here. And again, I've got this little message for some of you who could be dealing with someone in the work environment. This person feels like you have a future of some kind. And they're trying to work that out, what that is, because this person is still weighing up whether you're the one. And I think that's why they can't walk away from this connection, even though there's poor judgment here, poor reflection, poor hindsight, and I think just a poor judgment on their feelings towards you. What is that? Really negative. This person doesn't feel like it's the right time, and they don't feel safe and sound here. They either feel like something's gone on between you now, and your past is a bit tainted. It's a bit tarnished with whatever's gone on here between you two, or you're both bringing in a lot of baggage that is causing problems here, because I think this person is really quite serious about you, Libra. But something's gone down here where both of you are not safe and not comfortable. And this person doesn't feel like this is the right time, or that they can give you positive attention at the moment. What's this person's intentions towards Libra? What is this person's intentions towards Libra? Specifically between the 4th and the 10th of May. Drop you a message, maybe fill you in on how they're feeling emotionally, but there's an unreliability with this person as well. Yeah, there's an immaturity coming out with this person, Libra. Tread carefully a little bit here. This person feels like you've got an unconventional arrangement, an unconventional setup here, an unconventional commitment. They're very drawn to you, and I see a lot of messages coming out here and movement, but not backing it up maybe. They want to reconcile with you. They want to come in with this 4 of Wands. They want to show you some emotions here. But they're guarded and they're tight with themselves. So I think this person's coming in, but there's fear and caution. You may get a message, especially if you are in a bit of a no contact situation, but I'll do no contact horoscopes separately. So there is a lot of fear and caution with this person, but also a kind of recklessness, because I think you're going to get movement. A little bit of movement, some kind of small token here of affection or a message coming through with their intentions. Pretty minimal as I've got with their intentions here. Any other intentions? They certainly want to have something grounded with you. They want to show you their feelings, but it's quite minimal at this stage. Anything else with this person's intentions towards Libra? Yeah, they've not invested yet. They're really repressing and holding back till it's the right time. And then this person's waiting. They are waiting. They are waiting to just pounce, I think. This is all repression, all holding back. Holding back because there's difficulties here and differences of opinion, outlook, trajectory. Could even be ethnicity as well. But they do want reconciliation here. But they're just taking their sweet ass time with it. They're just treading a little bit carefully, I think, here, because I do believe they want to come in quite strong, Libra. Anything else Libra needs to know about this person's intentions, specifically between the 4th and the 10th of May? Yeah, they're all over the place, and this just sums it up, Libra. This sums it up. This sums up what we're looking at here. This up and down volatility. One moment feeling very, very full of emotions, the next quite void and empty, triggered. Maybe even a little bit tearful and then empty. So it kind of shows you how they're moving towards you. They're moving towards you in moon energy. All right, they're dealing with this in a moon energy, which is just very all over the place here and triggered. Let's get you some advice cards, Libra. Let's get you some advice cards, my dear. Advice for Libra between the 4th and the 10th of May, love and relationships. There we have it. There's something that is maybe a long-term gain, a long-term goal here. It's asking you to ramp up your spiritual practices, and you probably are involved in something a little bit unconventional here that could be working towards something more stable. There is an energy of somebody that really cares, or you really care about this person. It's asking you to get some sweet balance here, Libra. It's time for some balance. Yeah, I think the situation has really vexed you, pissed you off, made you maybe a bit avoidant. And I know Libra has been really going through it with their horoscopes lately. So what I'm seeing here, I got my classic cards. I'd say 8 times out of 10, whenever I'm asking for advice, I get the Empress reversed. We need a lot more self-love here. We've got runner-chaser energies going on, so emotions are not being satiated. That you're not feeding each other adequately here, which is why we had that energy of attention, not quite the attention that's wanted here, but attention given nonetheless. So what I've got is a lot more self-indulgence, please, Libra. It's time. You've got the 3 big players here. A lot more self-love, especially if you're not feeling the love from this connection at the moment. A lot more self-love. Treat yourself how you would treat your own child, and work towards this sense of security with this 10 of Pentacles. There is someone in the background here who does have sweet, tender, nurturing feelings, but they don't need to be in your face all the time. Get yourself grounded. Get clear in your thoughts. A lot more self-indulgence. A lot more balance with your head and your heart, Libra, if possible. And a lot more self-love, yeah? Mother love.